Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, how are ya? Is what I would say if I was Jeffree Star. So if you've never been here before, I'm ChristopherJMUA, and I'm happy you're here. And I'm so happy that we get to add another beautiful person to our family here. So if you didn't notice from my very cunning and witty introduction, we are discussing a certain palette today called the Alien palette. I'm just gonna say that that's kinda creepy. Like, I wish you guys could see it with the reflection of my lights. Actually, you know what? Here, I'm gonna see if maybe you can, because it looks really creepy with these purple lights in the background. Purple. See? Oh! See how creepy? Oh, it's so creepy.
This is the Twilight Zone.
So we are here today to review this new palette. Now, I filmed this video once already, and somehow I lost all of the clips to the video, and while the video was uploading to YouTube, it got stuck at 80% and wouldn't go any farther, and the original video was gone, so I couldn't upload it anymore. But I did do a whole makeup look, I did like the whole shebang, and it was just gone. So, I will try not to be using the colors that I used the first time, because what's the fun in that? And I am going to try and use a new set of colors. I'm going to insert the picture of the look I did right here. Should be in a little box right about there, probably. Well, I took it on my phone, so actually it'll probably be like right here, most likely. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, that's the look that I did. I was super proud of it because it was like a really clean, sharp cut crease. And that's like the first really good clean sharp cut crease that I've done, and that was amazing. But anyway, I have already completed my face makeup, lipstick, highlighter, blush, everything, so none of that's gonna happen during this because this is a full review. I'm going to re-swatch this palette for you because as far as you're concerned, I never did. But just keep in mind that the actual pans in here are not perfect because I have done this once already, so just bear with me on that. Now, one of the first things I notice whenever I pick up this palette is that it feels like leather, but I know it's probably not leather. Like, it's pleather for sure, but it feels good. Like, it feels premium. It's soft and it doesn't feel like cheap is what I'm saying. And you would think that with this being magnetized and it being such a small bottom piece that it's not gonna open easily, but I watched him in his video whenever he revealed this, and you just slide it and then lift it, and that makes it so much easier. But on the front, it's got the name of the palette, Alien, and then the Jeffree Star logo right there, and the two big alien eyes. It's just some hard plastic with some, like, I don't know, reflective clear foil aluminum something on the inside. And then if we flip it over, we've got the link to the Instagram for Jeffree Star Cosmetics, the YouTube channel link, and a little rocket ship with the Jeffree Star logo, which I'm not really sure what that means, or if it does mean anything, but I feel like it's some kind of hidden meaning. Maybe it's what he uses to mark the Illuminati, since everybody knows the pyramid with the eye, probably. I'm waiting for that palette, Jeffree and Shane Dawson, by the way. So now we open the palette to enjoy it in all of its revelry. And we have a giant mirror. I mean, like, it's like most of my face. And then we have all of our shadows. Personally, I really like this palette. I know he made it as like an alien palette, like off the wall, random colors that aren't really like the colors to choose, but I really enjoy this. I think it's really nice looking, and I think that it suits him well also. So like I said, as you can see, the shadows aren't perfect, but they still have the pressed shapes in them, at least. Now I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in a little closer so that you can see the swatches clearly, and so that whenever we do the eye look, you'll be a lot closer to my eyes and we'll be ready. Whoa, okay, I'd say you're zoomed in. You know, let it also be known that I attempted to be in Jeffree Star attire to really fit the theme, you know? So I wore my little suit jacket here, and of course I'm covered in glitter, and I have no shirt on underneath the suit jacket. So I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job, and it's only appropriate. So now I'm going to disappear with my face, and we shall move on to swatches of the palette. I have to be half shirtless because I need a free arm to swatch with. But I'm here. Oh, this is so pretty. our first swatchy. We have the shade Pluto. And I have a feeling it's not like Mickey Mouse Pluto. Oh wow. Okay, so it's definitely not a matte white. This is really hard. Okay, it's like a pink, purple, orange duochrome in it, maybe. I feel like that's an appropriate description, close to it. And moving on, next we have the shade Titan. I remember this one. Get it? Remember the Titans? Funny. No, that was a really good movie, actually. Oh my gosh, I just found my foundation. We could probably rename this one to Christopher's Skin Tone. Wow. Honestly, that is kind of the perfect skin tone because it's cool, but it's also neutral-ish. It doesn't really have too much of an undertone either way. Maybe it's cool, like cool. But still, it's not like a hardcore undertone. It's pretty though, I like it. Next, we have the shade Alien. Wow, this feels like silk, like velvety, silky wonderfulness. Did I say already? Oh my gosh. Ugh, I love that so much. Did I say already that this is the first Jeffree Star product I've ever owned? Because if I haven't, I want to make sure that I say it. Honestly, if his other products are like this palette, then I think that I would feel comfortable saying that I have not experienced an eyeshadow that felt like these do. They're just so soft and smooth feeling. And next we have the shade Interstellar. Ooh. That's like a cool toned champagne color. It doesn't have any kind of duochrome with it, but aw, I made a super fat swatch. Oh well, it's okay. Everyone's welcome here. Oh wow, in the reflection though, like on the monitor, that actually looks very, very cool toned. Like almost purple. But in person, okay, it's weird in person. In person, in the light, like when you're looking directly at it and there's light shining on it, it looks like that champagne-y, coppery, reflective color. But then whenever it's in a shadow, it's like a deep purple. That's really weird and really cool. It's not a duochrome, I don't think. Like it doesn't have that shiny shift, but it's like when it's in the shadow, it changes color completely. Next, we have the shade Abduction. Ooh, that one's gonna take a little finessing. Yeah, I didn't think this one was gonna swatch that great. I don't remember what it swatched like the first time, honestly, because I didn't use it in the actual final look. But I know these super bright light shades are really hard to get right in formulation. It's buildable though. I mean, it can be built up into definitely a pigmented shade. Wow. And keep in mind, like, my arm is bare skin. I didn't put any eyeshadow base down or anything. It's just me. Next, we have the shade UFO. This is like a blingy gold green looking color. You ready for the satisfaction? Oh yeah. I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no. Wow, that's really pretty. Like, it's like a green, but it's also like a gold. So I think depending on whatever colors you put it with, you can kind of make it whatever color you wanted it to be, depending. The next shade is called Gravity. No, but really, it's called Gravity, but it's Gravity, obviously. Like T-E-A. I'm sure I put it up on the screen already, so you can see how it's spelled up there. Oh, I mean, it's obviously a cool toned brown. I don't really know what to compare it to though. Like, I've never had tea that color, so I can't compare it to tea. It's pretty though. Next, we have the shade Martian Soil. This was my transition color on my first look that I did. Isn't Mars the planet that's all like orange and brown? I think it is. Maybe that's Mars dirt. That's what it's based on. It reminds me of, you know, whenever you have mustard and the cap around it has mustard on it and it's dried up and almost bad? That's what shade that reminds me of, is like old mustard. So next we have the shade Flying Saucer. And this one has a little UFO imprint in it, if you can't tell or can't see it. All the others that I've gone through so far have the Jeffree Star logo, and this is the beginning of one that has a different symbol. And it's just a little UFO. Well, it's a flying saucer, I guess you would say. That's very nice. You know, I kind of want to go through like all my palettes and just swatch all of them and try to figure out which ones compare to Jeffree Star based on quality, I mean. Because I still have quite a few palettes that I haven't done anything with. Moving on, we have the shade Phone Home. E.T. Phone Home. Ooh, this one's super, super soft. It laid down very nicely. And next we have the shade Moon Rock. This also looks like a green gold, but I have a feeling it's going to be a lot different than UFO. Yeah, definitely. That's like more like a, I say that's closer to a copper, except it doesn't have any of the orange like a copper does. Next, we have the shade X-Files. This is the only other shade that has a different logo imprinted into it. This one has a little Martian head. If you can't see it, I think you can. I can barely see it on the monitor, so maybe you can. It's a little dry, but it definitely has pigment there. It can be built up for sure. It's a very cool toned, darker brown / gray. It reminds me of like dirty dishwater, kind of. Like really dirty dishwater. The next shade down is Ghost OG. I'm not really sure what Ghost OG means. If anybody knows, by all means, please leave me a comment and let me know, because I'm very curious what it means. It's very dark. It's like a forest green almost. Or no, I mean, I'm pretty sure it is like just about a forest green. It's like, it's got that green, but it's also got that navy going on with it. Next is the shade Area 51. This is such a pretty shade in the pan. Like it's such a deep, deep purple. But since it's a matte and since it looks so vibrant, I know it's gonna be one of those that you have to build up. That's just, I mean, you can't really expect it to be amazingly perfect right out of the pan if it's a bright matte. I feel like that was pretty nice. I mean, it's still built up to a pretty decent representation of what it shows like in the pan. The next shade we have is called Space Cowboy. Ooh la la. And in the pan, this one looks like a super deep purpley, maroony, burgundy kind of shade. It's like a super deep, deep, almost like brown purple, but it's got like a metallic sheen to it. It wants to be a brown matte, but it's also really trying to be a red. I think that's it. Oh, it has like a pink purple shift. So it's a duochrome. It's a dark brown with a purpley pinky shift. Okay, yeah. Ooh, there you can see it. Right there. There's the pinky purple, and there's the dark brown. Pinky purple, dark brown, pinky purple, dark brown. And starting on the next row here, we have the shade Probe. This is super gorgeous in the pan. I really enjoy looking at this color. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Oh, this is gorgeous. This is my favorite out of all of them. Well, yeah, no, this is my favorite. Yes! Ugh, it's so beautiful. It's a brown, let's just say matte underneath, or so it looks like. Then on the outside of it, it's got like the purpley magenta shade that Space Cowboy does, but then right in the middle where it's the brightest, it has that like deep blue teal green color, and I'm living for that color. I love to get Probe on my wrist as a swatch. Moving down the line, we have Tall Gray. And in the pan, this is a very, very cool gray. And I'm sure that's what it's gonna swatch like as well. I think it's a very nice base color because it's so smooth. That is the perfect gray. I don't know another gray that can top that because it's not too warm and it's not too cool. It's just so nice. And it goes so well with everything else. And the very last color in the palette is called Black Hole. In the pan, it appears to be a black. We'll see what it swatches like. Could it be different or could it be the same? Yep, it's black. So this is the entire Jeffree Star Alien palette. I like it. It is very different. I don't have any other palette like this in my collection. So I'm very excited about adding this to my collection. And if you don't have any of these shades in your collection and you think you might use them, it might benefit you to have them as well. As long as they perform well, which we're about to find out. So I'm gonna switch you back to my face and I'll be right back over there. And I will go ahead and be a good Samaritan and let everyone know that none of the shades stained my arm. Oh, if you get it, you get it. I'm so funny. So now that you are so close that you can see every imperfection that I have, you're welcome. The last time I made this video, I did a cut crease, and it was a very, very dark, smoky, blown out cut crease with like a bright pop of color right in the front. I kind of want to stick along the same lines a little bit. I'm going to start by taking my JH32 and then go into the shade Titan, and I'm just going to lay a base down with that. Okay, and now I'm going to use the JH35 and I'm going to go into the shade Gravity. And that's that one that was like a little bit darker than my skin tone. You know, it's got quite a bit of pigment. And it's a very nice color too, on me anyway. It's like that perfect tone in between dark and light, I guess. Like, I actually think it would make a really nice contour shade, maybe more of like a bronzer shade. There's just so many different places I can take this with this palette. You know what? This is probably gonna destroy everything, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Now I'm gonna take my JH40 into the shade Area 51. What have I done? You know, one thing I'm noticing though, and I don't really know if it's because I picked the wrong two colors to try and go together, or if they just don't work together, but this purple doesn't really blend into the brown, but they're not getting like a smooth transition between the two. Even if it was for the sake of just having a gradient between them, going from brown to purple, not even blending, not having a color in between, but just starting out with more brown, less purple, and then transitioning to more purple and less brown. It's not really even doing that so much, but it's still in the beginning of me blending, so maybe it will blend in together a little better. Honestly, just be sure that whenever you're working with pans this size, that you always put protection on under your eyes, because you don't want any accidents to happen. It's not worth it. Oh, I'm so funny. You know what I just thought about? I think that I am going to be kind of quick with this eye, because since I'm doing a palette review, I want to be able to test out as many colors as I can, as quickly as I can. So I should probably just do like something simple over here, well, simple-ish, my version of simple, and then something simple on the other side, so I can just show different colors and see how they all function differently together on different eyes. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that. It's gonna look weird, but I'm gonna do that. Then I'll feel better if one fails, because then the other one might not, so I'll have something to show for it. Now with this purple, I will say, like, with how it functions, and it may be because I have a base color down already, but I find it a lot easier to work with by packing the color up over and over again until it's really, really pigmented. If I want it to be in a specific spot or a specific line, then placing it there instead of trying to blend it there. Like with this arc that I have, instead of trying to blend it into the point, it's working a lot easier if I just kind of pack the color on into that general shape and then barely blend it out, versus just packing it all in here, making it intense here, and then pushing it that way. That's not really working, but the packing it on is. And I'm not sure if that's just like the super pigmented colors that are in here, or if that's how all of them are going to work. We're gonna find out though. I feel like I need it to be a little bit more hokey on this side instead of like UFO-like. What do you guys think? Do you like the rounded like it is? Or do you think it should be pointy? I'm gonna go pointy. There it is. I see it start forming. It's alive! I don't want it to extend too far past my brow bone though, or my brow. Oh well, it's going to, I guess. I really don't think that this is the brush for this. It's working though. I mean, I have the point now. It's just really hard to make that happen. Now I'm going to take my JH37 and go into the shade Abduction. That's actually really pretty. I like that. This is really, really cool. I know it's very different and it's not like anywhere near an everyday wear sort of thing, but it's interesting and it's neat and I like it. I'll probably never be able to do it again, but I like it. You know, I was thinking about cutting this. I could pack some white on, I guess. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the JH41 and my Tarte Shape Tape. You know, I'm also gonna take this like super pointy detailed brush into the concealer and make just like a little line at the end and bring it in and curve it so it's like kind of like a upper lash line almost, but on the inside of my crease. I just want it to be interesting, you know? Like we always see the same stuff. Don't get me wrong, I will probably end up being one of those doing a lot of the same stuff, but sometimes I just want to do something different, you know? I want to have fun with it and have it be interesting for me and it not be the same as everything I always see. Don't always expect it of me though. Like don't grow to that expectation. Just know that I will try a lot to have fun with it. Whew. I have my cut where I want it. It's not normal. It looks different from what I always see, meaning it's uneven. So that means it's cool and interesting. With my JH42, I am gonna go into the shade Pluto. And I'm gonna try and fill my crease with that. Okay, so I believe the top is done with the crease and everything. So now I'm gonna go back in with the JH37 with the same shade Abduction, the green shade that's on the inner corner, and just put that on the inside half of my lower lash line. And then the same thing with the JH40, going back into area 51 and just adding that to my outer lower lash line. Ooh, that's pretty. Definitely feels like an alien. Oh my gosh, you know what else I'm gonna do? I am also going to take my JH42 into Pluto again and tap that along my brow bone. That's really cool. Now the only thing this is missing is white eyeliner on the lower lash line. I'm actually going to go in with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in white. That is what I'm talking about. Yes! Oh, that looks so good. Okay, so now that I'm done doing exactly what I said I wasn't going to do, which was something complicated, I'm gonna do the other side in some completely different combination, but it's gonna be easy. I promise this time it's gonna be easy because I just spent way too long doing this on the right side, your left side. So now I really do need to do something else that's quick and easy. On the other side, don't know what that's gonna be yet, and I don't really have any clean brushes, so I used lime green and purple and white on that side. So now I'm going to take the JH31 and the shade Flying Saucer. And I'm gonna just start packing that all over this crease. Now that all that color's packed on, I am going to again use my JH37. This is the same one that I used for the bright green over here on the inner corner. I'm still going to be using Abduction, the bright green, and all I'm really doing with this shade this time is blending out the edges of Flying Saucer, the shade. That sounds like a movie title. Flying Saucer, the shade. You know, also, if it's any consolation, the look that I did yesterday, that I lost all the footage of, was completely a wearable look. I mean, it was... Who am I kidding? No, it wasn't. It had lime green as the main focal point. But the crease color, like all the colors that were in the background, those were all wearable colors. So that was nice. All in all, so far, I can say that I definitely am happy with the palette. And if Jeffree Star's other palettes perform like this one does, then I would go as far to assume that they are probably good as well. See what I'm talking about? It just blends out so nicely. And blends together so nicely. Okay, so now that all of that green is on there, I'm gonna go in with the JH37 into Ghost OG. This is like that navy, no, I guess more like the evergreen shade. And I am going to make this a halo, essentially. So I'm gonna go to outer corner. Whoa, almost wrong eye. That was almost a terrible, terrible mistake. I just scared the crap out of myself. Wow. See, that's stacking on 2 shadows? Well, I guess I didn't take the light green all the way down. Okay, well, it's still stacking on Eyeshadow, so it's still pretty impressive for it to still be that dark. And like I said before, I'm placing this where I want it first before I blend it out so I can get the maximum amount of pigmentation possible. Now I'm gonna take the previous brush and put just a little bit more flying saucer on it and just barely tap around the edges of Ghost OG just to blend them in a little more seamlessly so it's not such a harsh contrast. So now I'm going to take my JH41 and go into the shade UFO after I spray it with Fix Plus. Wow, that is such a pretty color. Oh wait, I said it was going to be a halo, not a cut crease. It's so funny that I like automatically just go for cut crease every single time. Oh, but that's so good. No, okay, keeping it like that. That's happening. Okay, maybe I'll blend like the outer edge into it, but I gotta do the front. Because see, what shows on me when I have my eyes open is like just that little piece right in the front. You can see it, just right there. I get that because my eyes are hooded. That's why we get to show that little front piece. Ugh, that's so good. Oh my god, I love that. Oh wait, I said I was gonna blend that away. Man, I get so excited with shiny. I just wanted to keep the shiny. But I'll blend it out. I'm sorry, I told you I would. So I will. I'm a man of my word. Okay, there. It's blended out. Is that enough? I'm going to use the JH31 again and apply Flying Saucer to the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take the JH37 and go back into Abduction. That's the light yellow color. And smoke out the lower lash line on the front half. Maybe I can kind of tie these two together, possibly? Question mark. I'm gonna go in again with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. Man, I've gotta say, this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil has been like a lifesaver because it comes in handy for so many reasons. Now that I said that, you know I have to go in and make this yellow because it just has to be yellow. So now I'm gonna go in with the JH39 into the shade Abduction. JH42 into the shade Pluto. And you know what I'm gonna do with it, don't you? Okay, I've gotta say something about the shade Pluto. It is so amazing and so versatile because, okay, you look at it here and you see what color it is, right there. Then you look at it here and you see what color it is. It doesn't look like it's the same color because of the color that it's going with. It almost like changes. It almost shifts with whatever color it's with. And that is so cool. I've never seen any shadow that can work with any other shadow except black. Oh, I'm so glad I got to film this again. I love this look. I have like a whole bunch of eyeliner in my eyes and it's clouding my vision, but I love this look. I'm going to put mascara on and apply these lashes and make sure that everything's all kosher on my face, and I will be right back with the finished look using the Jeffree Star Alien Palette. BRB. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have reached the end of this review. So guys, what do you think? Now that that's over, let me zoom you back out. Okay, so first I've got to say that I never realized Mardi Gras was all cool tones, but I do feel like this was kind of a 2-for-1. It reminds me a lot of Mardi Gras, not just the purple and yellow side, but also the green and yellow side too reminds me of it as well. I really like the palette though. The color story is really nice. Granted, I used the colors that were the most boisterous, I guess, in the palette, but you have to keep in mind there's still another half color story available to use. I really like the way they blended. They were soft and smooth and really creamy, and they just worked really well together. I mean, the fade between each color is really nice. The crease, the color packed on top of other color really well. I definitely would recommend the Alien palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I'm glad that I got it and happy about it, so I think it's definitely worth the money because I am really personally glad I ordered it. I didn't get it in like PR or anything because I'm not that cool. It was definitely worth ordering and I'm not gonna be returning it. There are colors in here that definitely are not in my collection and I'm okay with that. I am happy that this is my first Jeffree Star Cosmetics purchase, and I am sure based on this that there will be more, especially that blood sugar palette, because that was going to be my first purchase from Jeffree Star Cosmetics until I saw this and I figured it was new, it was shiny, why not get this instead? So I did. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. I hope you had a wonderful time hanging out. Don't forget about the Morphe James Charles giveaway. I'll leave the giveaway details in the description box down below so that you can enter if you haven't yet. And there will be one winner. You get maximum 4 entries. It's completely random and it is now worldwide. So have at it. And I hope you guys know the most important thing about coming to my channel is always remember and never forget you're beautiful. And also always remember and never forget to hit that subscribe button, because like all you gotta do is have a Gmail account and it's super easy to set up. And you can use a Gmail account for so many things. So like just when you're watching the video, either right below it in the middle or right below it on that side, right over there, it's just this red subscribe. And you just tap it or you click it, and if you're already signed into your Gmail account, it'll just let you subscribe. Boop, you're done. If you're not signed into your Gmail account, it'll pop up and ask you for your Gmail account. Just go ahead and create one. Yeah, just create one. Maybe we'll have a video on like signing into Gmail in the next one, and then we can all do it together. I'm just kidding guys, but really though, subscribe. Anyway, I love you guys. Bye. Hey, so you have my face right here in the middle, then you have a box over here, and you have a box over here. This one in the middle lets you subscribe to me. This is the one that you should hit because you should subscribe. And then you should hit the little bell notification right beside subscribe so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. And also, check out these videos because I already made these and you won't have to wait for these. They're just right here already. Okay, now I'm actually leaving. Bye!